So I've moved some plants out here to get a little bit more sun. We're just gonna eyeball it and see if they're getting too much sun or no. This guy's looking a bit wilty, but I don't know. A couple of the plants do that and then perk up in the evening, so I just gotta keep an eye on it and see if I need to move it or not. The ginger's doing really well right here. And then the lavender, I think, too, as long as I watch the water, it's gonna come back really nicely. This was one that I rescued, and it seems to be doing really well. The pineapple is really doing quite well for something that I didn't really expect to grow, so that's exciting. And then we've got new pumpkins that I planted because the old ones were attacked by vine borers. And then I'm experimenting a little bit with planting some lazy housewife pole beans in there to see how they do with that little extra nitrogen boost. I also planted some yard long beans right across here, and I'm going to trail them up to the top of the pergola here. So pretty excited about that and how it'll look and how they'll taste. I've never tried them before. And another pumpkin and another pole bean. This Malabar spinach is doing quite well. The strawberries are, again, not doing as well as I wanted, but they're not dead either, so we'll see what happens with this over the course of the next year. The sunflowers are in bloom. Andrew got me a big load of free city compost. I can tell you more about that program later. He may or may not have dumped it on some of my tomatoes a little bit by accident, but I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm gonna have to put some mosquito bits in it though, because it looks like it's a little bit buggy. But I'm hoping that there's enough in there that I can finish the big project. And yes, things have greened up quite a bit since the last time you were in my backyard with me. Check it out. I finally got some beans. It looks like some of those need to come off now. That's very exciting. I was really worried that this plant wasn't going to produce. It seemed like it was getting leafy and leafy and leafy, but there weren't any blossoms, so. And then this guy, where is it? There was a little tiny, check it out. Oh, come on. Teeny tiny little watermelon. How do I get a good shot of it? Yeah, look at how tiny that is. Tiny little fuzzy watermelon. I hope it gets bigger. A friend of mine gave me some, what are they called? The scallop squash starts. So now I'm checking those out, seeing how they're doing. They get a little wilty in the afternoons with the sun, but they're doing quite well, I think. Some cucumbers over there that are just starting out. I need to prune this guy again. Another sweet potato that I planted. This watermelon is finally vining a little bit. I don't know if the one behind it is gonna make it. It hasn't really grown much. But these mystery squash that I thought were butternut, judging by the ones on the other side of the yard, I think they're actually pumpkins. So that's great, actually, because I eat pumpkins more than butternut squash. I really like pumpkin soup and other pumpkin-y things. I'm just so excited about how much greener everything is. Check out this Malabar volunteer. Hello. Just keep making me smoothies. There's one growing on the back of that chair. This is just the first half because I want to show you how it looks once I lay the compost down over the rest of this cardboard. Like, everything's sort of coming along, and I'll show you once I get things, you know, cleaned up a little bit and looking a little bit better. These are just the So one of these is a lazy housewife in there, and then the other two are the blue butterfly pea. And good lord, they are just so slow growing. And I don't know if they're just like that or if it's something that I'm doing wrong. So if you've grown them before and you have a tip, and then leave something in the comments for me, because man, it's tough. Violet left her jacket out here the last time we did fire pit night. And then I've got some butternut squash coming up right here. There was some over there too that I didn't point out. And this big plantain that I'm gonna let grow and reseed, because I mean, I'm okay with plantain being all over my yard. It's a very useful plant. And I would like all of the plants in the yard to be useful and or edible. That's the goal. And see all those gnats. I'm hoping that the next time the sprinklers go off, that the mosquito bits that I put down will help with that, because they're really annoying. They don't really do anything, but they're annoying. I do have 2 Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth. They're the only amaranth I planted that actually like came up and survived this year. I think it's probably going to be a Malabar situation, like how last year I only had 1 Malabar vine, and then this year they're everywhere. I feel like that's probably going to happen with the amaranth. Check out how green that looks from this angle. My yard is really coming along. I did harvest the sweet potatoes out of here. I was very disappointed by the harvest, but I did a lot of reading and I have a lot of ideas for what I might have done wrong and how to improve, and I'm still gonna eat them, so that'll be fine. These are doing okay. They've been transplanted way too many times this season. I'm sorry about that, guys, but they're still doing okay. There's new growth. I'm probably gonna come around and prune them at some point and just like take off the dead stuff. I did end up ripping out one of the pumpkins in here. I'll probably do the same to the other, because yeah, almost all of the squash got hit by vine borers. So late plantings is gonna be where it's at for me, which is fine. That's the beauty of San Diego. You can start over again multiple times if need be, because you've got the time. These are, I believe, my blueberry cherry tomatoes. They're starting to finally get some height, starting to affix them to the trellises, which I need to affix to either the fence or the planter box. I'm gonna have Andrew help me with that. But they're doing okay for being direct sown, and you know, it was a little touch and go there for a minute. They're doing well, I think. And then there's these, and I believe these are the Dr. Weish, and I was really worried about them. They were not looking well just a few weeks ago, and I thought that they were damping off or something. What I ended up doing was mounding compost around the base of them, and then I pruned the bottom, and that seemed to do the trick. They're doing much better now. Like, I can see how rich the green is in their leaves compared to the way that they were looking. It's pretty great. Oh, is that basil? Do I have 1 basil actually coming up? I think I do. Let's see. Come here. Yes, that's basil. Heck yeah. I was really worried that I wasn't gonna get any. Fantastic. Over here, I've got some cucumbers that are looking okay, but not well. I think maybe they need more water. They definitely look a little sun scalded on the bottom. So, it happens. And then I've got these purple Cherokees that look like they're doing okay. Yeah, hun. So over here is like squash central. And again, I'm pretty sure that these are the ones that I pulled out of the compost bin. And I'm pretty sure now that even though I thought they were butternut, I'm pretty sure that they are pumpkins, like pie pumpkins, which is fantastic because I will eat them and they will be delicious. Look at that. Check that out. There's like 5 in here just like that. And then there's a bean. Where's the bean plant? I saw some flowers on it the last time I looked. Oh, yeah, we're getting little beans. So I might have a few more wax beans. Ah! Really gotta do something about these flies. Yep, it's doing okay. So, the pumpkins are doing a nice job of extending the life of the nasturtiums over here, which is kind of cool because the more they grow over there, you can actually see they've been helping to feed my rabbits naturally. You can see how everything close to the rabbit fence is sawed off. They've been definitely making a meal out of them, which I'm fine with. That's, you know, kind of what they're there for. Nasturtium's a little bit spicy for me, so. Oh, I see corn silk. there might be corn forming. That's exciting. I only had 2 come up this year, so I don't think I'm going to be making a meal out of them, but I might save the seeds if I get any, which would be really cool, because then I can try again next year. And then you can see, maybe you can see, I don't know, can you see? Let's check this out. Yeah, there's some Malabar growing there along the fence too. And I don't even know, there's other stuff that I planted in there that I'm not even going to be able to tell if it came up until after it's time to rip up the pumpkin vines, I think, because it's so thick in here. Which again, I'm okay with. They're just, these pumpkin vines are doing so well. It's my jungle. That's what Andrew calls it, my jungle. And then I'm gonna be laying down more compost over here, and I really want to plant some alpine strawberries. And I'm hoping that they do well. They've been stratifying in the freezer for a while now. So I'm hoping that they'll come up. I tried growing them indoors. I just seem to not be having a whole lot of luck with seeds starting indoors for some of the things that I've tried. Like they sprouted, but then they died right away. I somehow gave myself a compost mustache. It's very dusty outside right now, and I'm kind of gross. I made a lot of progress today. It's still not like as clean as I would like it to be for you, but I'm gonna do this talk anyway because I want to, and I want to show you all the cool things that are happening because I feel like my garden is exploding right now, and that is really cool. I've got Malabar coming up literally everywhere. The Asiatic daylily, or dayflowers rather, that I planted in different spots of the yard are doing extremely well. Even under the zucchini here, you can see there's a bunch of them just doing okay. Starting to spread, new growth, a couple blooms getting ready to pop. It's very exciting stuff. I'm glad that they took, I'm glad they're doing so well. That was the Instagram creeper story, or blip, where I saw them in my neighbor's yard and I looked them up and saw that they were edible, and I messaged her and was like, hey, did you plant those on purpose? And she said, plant what? And I sent her a picture. She was like, no, we were gonna mow them down. I was like, well, can I have some? And then she gave me some, and now I have some, and eventually I'm gonna eat them, and it's gonna be awesome. Hello, little birdie. Hi. Aren't you pretty? You're so pretty. Yeah, you're so pretty. They really like my Coke bottle feeders. I have so many little cucumbers in this cucumber vine. They're all pickling cucumbers, which I sort of wish I hadn't done it. What are you? What? Look like a bumblebee, but like solid black. That's interesting. I can see a few over in here. Oh, where's the? Oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch there. Really cool looking. Super excited. I harvested about 4 of them today, and I'll probably keep checking every couple of days. Probably more. I'll probably be out here every day, let's be honest. I love it out here. My mint is starting to spread, especially over here. It's starting to spread a lot. Now, I've had people go, oh no, you shouldn't plant mint in the ground because it's invasive and it will get everywhere. And honestly, my response to that so far has been, oh no, a yard full of mojito mint? Whatever shall I do? And these peppers they're not doing great. None of my peppers this year have really been doing great. I just hope I can keep them alive long enough for them to produce fruit. I did put some compost on them. I'll probably mulch them. Hopefully that will help. I'm hoping. Anyway, I found one pepper that didn't die. I could have sworn that all 3 of them were taken out in this bed, but apparently not. So that's exciting. I'm going to try very hard to keep him alive. And maybe he'll make something for me eventually. I don't know why he's a he, but it's an executive decision that I just made. I haven't decided yet. I feel like I keep changing my mind about what's going to be in this bed, but I haven't even filled it yet, so, you know, I'll get there. I'll decide when it's time. I want to put some pavers down, and then my plan is to make my own wildflower seed mix, and all of the wildflowers and weeds that are in the mix are going to be edible. And I'll just sort of like, and we'll see what comes up and what we'll get to forage and eat this coming year. I'm excited. Are you excited? You should be excited. So this fire pit we've been using just to sort of keep it maintained, and I'm really excited because it's almost Girl Scout season and we're going to be very safe, and it might be a while before we can really get rolling because of COVID, but we're going to be using this little fire pit and this little meeting circle a lot to do all kinds of cool stuff. I love the way this Malabar looks. I just really love it. My neighbor asked me the other day, this thing on the fence is in fact an old bed frame piece that we just sort of pulled off the side of the road. But doesn't it look pretty? Little hearts, Malabar spinach crawling up the little hearts. I like it. Ignore that, it's just trash. I pruned the roses recently. Look at how orange these pumpkins are. I'm so excited. We're gonna eat pumpkin soon. What are you doing, kitty? She's attacking the camera. Oh, oh. Do you feel threatened, Minerva? Do you feel threatened? Look at this. It's a volunteer tomato. I had no idea it was here. Watch it be the first one that produces too. So thanks for hanging out with me on this garden tour. I know that it was a little, you know, all over the place, but so is my garden right now, so I feel like it works.